Welcome to the Q&Q edition of the Soccer A to Z, the AZ. This is the quiz and questions episode of the show. The team today are Helen.
Hello.
Joe.
Hello.
Robbie's here.
Hi.
Stay tuned, as after the quiz we have What's Right with Football and Anything But Football. But first, it's your questions you've sent in to us. Helen.
GT says, who would you relegate if you could and why?
I've had time to think about this. Can I go?
Yeah.
Because everyone would expect me to say Spurs, wouldn't they? Or something like that, or Leeds, something like that. But actually, I think this might shock you, but I'd quite fancy, I know this is ridiculous when I say I'd quite fancy Chelsea to go down. Just because, and I know this is impractical, but I would like to... I would like to revisit those days where we were a bit rubbish, you know, and we used to be competing. It was good. It was really good fun, but you turned up not expecting to win every week. I mean, I know Chelsea aren't winning every week at the moment, and it was a time without all the money and all. I was really, you know, when City went down for all those years, kept going down, and the fans were turning up in their droves and really enjoying the rise of City again. I kind of miss that bit of football where
the honesty of it.
Because there's like Chelsea, we've got so much money, like City have now, and Man United and Liverpool and Arsenal. Who else has got a lot of money? They're like the five, aren't they? Absolutely loaded. And I kind of like, I look at some of the other teams like West Ham or Leeds United knocking about, going up and down, and I don't know. I know this is rose-tinted glasses, but they just look like they're having more fun. Am I wrong?
It's more of an adventure.
Yeah, I get it.
I always say football is not about winning; it's about supporting.
I'd like Norwich to get relegated because I've got a season ticket in Norwich, and the problem is if you win, you then get VAR the next season. So I'm like, I don't really want them to get promoted this year because I don't want to have that.
Well, you don't want them to get relegated.
No, but I like to get relegated because then you've got next year you can go for promotion with a proper prize at the end, not promotion.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I wouldn't relegate anyone for that reason, because if you really don't like a club, just keep them in that position where they're getting battered every week. If you relegate them, then it gives them a chance to compete again and feel good about it.
I always want Leeds to come up because I love the Leeds-Chelsea rivalry. But I want Leeds to be a good Leeds. Do you remember when they were playing in Europe and everything, and they were fantastic?
Yeah.
Even, they won the first division a few years ago. But it's like that's what I love it when Leeds are a good team and we had a good game against each other. I like it when Spurs are a good team, so we're playing a good. What about you, Helen? Is it Exeter every week, every time?
Tell you what, I read that. If you think I'm getting involved in any kind of who would you relegate and why, I read that question and just went, nope.
What's she saying there? Let's read in between the lines. What's she saying? She's saying Plymouth. She's saying Exeter and Plymouth.
I remember we'd been doing Soccer AM probably about 3-4 seasons, what have you, and we were asked to do our predictions.
I remember
and it was
that.
just one of those things that came round. It was just, can you do your predictions? Who's going to win? And who were the three that are going to be relegated? And we just, I don't know, we spent 2 minutes just saying what everybody else was saying. Yeah. And the hate that we got for saying that the three obvious teams that were going down, we put down be relegation. And you and I looked at each other and said, we are never, ever, ever going to get involved in anything like this again. We'll say who we think is going to win the league. We will never, ever get involved in relegation.
Why was there a street party not so long ago?
Jubilee?
Was it Jubilee? There was something going on in a street party, and they sort of cajoled me into being the celebrity, what do you call them, judge on a cake competition. And so I got there.
On your street?
And I'd finished Sunday brunch, so I do on Sundays, Joe, food and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it was on the street, celebrity music. And I turned there, so I turned up and there was me and a guy called Andrew, one of my neighbours. I said to Andrew, so who do we need to pick to win this then? And he went, well, we picked the best. I went, no, you don't. I do not know anything about being a judge. You pick the right winner. The person who wants it most, who the right person is. So if there's a child, you pick the child because adults can handle it. You
really annoys me. No, children need to learn. That annoys me more. Oh, they pick the kid just because it's a kid. Oh, Tim, I can't believe you're in that.
What nonsense, Tim.
So one of the cake makers was doing it started just doing it for a living. And I hadn't got any idea about this. And then suddenly someone said, oh, she does it for a living. I'm like, well, she's the winner then. This is her job. You know what I mean? If you think people are actually picking things for... I got asked to do... The problem with being a judge is you pick one winner and you pick 10 losers. That's why I'd never be a judge on anything. I did that. I made a mistake of doing it, and Helen will know about this because she likes animals. But I did a dog show, and I had to pick the sort of like the local... pet or something. It wasn't like it's like, here's the cutest dog or the funniest dog or something. I don't know. I had to pick one. And I was like, hold on a second. I suddenly dawned on me, I'm picking their children, because people think their pets are the same as their children. Obviously, they love them. And you're going, look at all the faces of the loot. I can't do this. It was like, ever since then, never be a judge on anything because you're picking more losers than winners.
More respect for David Seaman for judging the Cat Awards now, haven't you?
Any other we got other questions.
Lynch Biscuit wants to know, what's your ultimate five-a-side team from players in your own club's history?
Should we club together and do England instead?
Oh no, I've got my Torquay five-a-side.
All right, well we'll do England. You can do Scotland.
Let me just have one player of your team.
You got to stick Gaza, Hoddle. You need skill, don't you?
Oh yeah, five-a-side, Hoddle, yeah.
Hoddle, Gaza.
You have in goal.
You'd have in goal.
Seaman.
You need a shot stopper, don't you? You need the best shot stopper. That's
Banks.
Shilton.
Surely being a goalkeeper, being a shot stopper is part of the job.
Yeah, but you need a really good one in five-a-side. They've got to get it down quickly. Who else are we going to have in our team? Who scores goals for fun? Shearer.
Lineker.
Not many caps for England.
Lineker, yeah, because he's 6-yard box. Yeah.
Robbie Fowler. Maybe at five-a-side.
Growler. And then who? So we've got two midfield. Or who else are we going to have in? We need two more. We need someone who's got a bit of defence about them.
Seriously, it's five-a-side. Come on.
There's Walker at the back.
There's Walker. You'll never beat him.
Yeah.
You'll never beat Des Walker.
And we need one more. Who else are we going to stick in there? Cole Palmer.
You're looking for a defender.
Let's just stick Cole Palmer in.
Go on. Move on.
That was painful. That was painful. Well, I looked at that and I thought, I'm not even good. So I looked at two of the questions this week and went, not getting involved in the relegation.
Go on, give us your Torquay top five.
And then,
I already said you'd relegate X.
Hillsey, I bet Hillsey.
Right.
Hillsey.
All right. Kevin Hill is in there.
Yeah,
okay.
Great, first name of any team.
I looked at that. What's your
Jack.
Oh, shut your faces, the lot of you. I looked at that and thought, Robbie's back this week. I'm not going to put a Torquay five-a-side together because he'll just take the mick all the way through. But here's my Torquay United five-a-side. Never mind. Well, I've got a goalkeeper. Right. Neville Southall, Chris Waddle, Lee Sharp.
What? They all
Kevin
played for
Hill.
Torquay?
Right. Kevin Hill and Rodney Jack. Neville Southall, Chris Waddle, Lee Sharp, Kevin Hill, Rodney Jack.
Yeah.
They all played for Torquay United?
Yes.
Blimey.
How many games did Chris Waddle play for Torquay?
Yeah, about 8. And he's just stood in the centre circle with his hands on his hips.
He did that.
Looking about.
Was he on the way up or on the way down at the time?
Yeah. On the way down. Down.
Great questions. Time for a quiz, anyone?
Please.
Oh, yeah. Will it be unfair?
Of course. Welcome to the Unfair Football Quiz. It's unfair because football is unfair.
So unfair.
It is, isn't it?
Really unfair.
Yeah. It's really
so
unfair. Before I tell you about the quiz, let's meet our two competitors. First up is a West Ham fan called Andy. Andy lives in Beckenham, and for a living he calls himself an account director. His fun fact is he's a ref and plays for Whistleblowers FC, which is a team of referees playing matches for charity. It's Andy Howard. Hello, Andy.
How you doing?
Hello, Andy.
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. All good.
Excellent.
Got my Whistleblowers top on, so yeah, all ready to go.
Who refs the Whistleblowers games?
That.
Oh, yes.
We get a ref to ref us, and I feel sorry for him.
And do you give him a load?
Oh,
do you get stuck into
just
it?
Just a little bit, because we all know the laws of the game. So we're.
Can I ask you a question, Andy? For the coin toss, when you toss the coin at the beginning, is that just to decide which end, or can you choose to kick off if you want?
It's choice of ends or kick off.
I was right.
They changed it. They changed it both now.
Nice.
Changed it from when?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
They're always changing, aren't they?
Are you rubbish at football,
Helen,
your team? Are whistleblowers rubbish at football? Because you always assume refs aren't good, that's why they're a ref.
I think we're okay. We won our first game. Well, the first game that I played in last Friday. So that was good. But we're okay. I think I'm one of the older ones in the team.
What's an account director, Andy?
I look after clients, basically. I look after my customers and manage their accounts and make sure that we are delivering services for them and they're happy. And
what colour do whistleblowers play in? Black?
We play in a fluorescent yellowy black type top. Actually, I should have got my shirt out and hung that up as well. But my bad. Yeah. Similar to a psychedelic talkie top, I suppose. Maybe that's how you can say.
Yeah.
Andy,
it's yellow.
Andy, do the hammer sign for us just to make sure you're fully fledged hammer.
Well, that's like that.
Genuine.
It's real.
Genuine.
Let's see who you're playing against. Next up is a Newcastle fan from Newcastle called Chris. Chris says he's an electrical commissioning engineer. Ooh. Chris's fun fact, he was on Soccer M when the show covered the Snickers Midnight League. I have no idea what that means, but I'm sure he'll tell us. It's Chris Jones. Chris, hello, mate.
Hi, Chris.
How's it going? All right? How we doing?
Chris.
What is the Snickers Midnight League?
It was like a football tournament that was around maybe 8 different destinations in the UK. It ran for about 10 weeks. I think he'd done it for about 2 or 3 years, and each week was a different city was part of the show on the Saturday. So cities like Newcastle, Manchester, a few places in London. I think Bristol was one. Nottingham. I can think off the top of my head.
That's sort of bringing back a memory.
Don't remember that at all.
No, because I think someone made a package and gave it to us to stick in the show. And I think Sky had a deal with something.
No idea.
Chris, help us out. What happened?
So it was basically for players in the local areas who hadn't been picked up by football clubs, and to sort of give guys an opportunity to be seen by scouts and stuff. Obviously, I was never good enough in that position, so I don't know how I ended up in the tournament. But a guy called Rob McCaffrey presented it.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob, yeah.
And he sort of give interviews and what have you. So one of the weeks they were there, I said to Rob, I says, any chance of an interview? And he said, basically, what position do you play? I said, goalkeeper. Are you any good? I says, well, I'm probably the best keeper here. Obviously, I wasn't. And he was watching us play, and the team we played against got a penalty, and he shouted over, if you save the penalty, I'll give you an interview. And I saved the penalty and subsequently got an interview on Soccer AM.
Nice.
Amazing.
So it was good crack. And then I was actually working abroad one time in Dubai, and I was talking to a work colleague about this, and bizarrely bumped into Rob McCaffrey later on that day and got talking about it.
There,
it was mental.
Yeah. Chris, tell us what just quickly an electrical commissioning engineer does.
So just working around Europe, working on data centers for like all the major computer companies these days, and everything goes through your phone and it's all stored and information is distributed. And I'm part of a team that brings it all together to bring it online to make sure it works at the end of the construction build. Good job. That's basically what I do. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, you get a lot of travelling. I've traveled quite a bit.
Where'd you travel to?
I'm currently in Frankfurt, so I've been here since April. Got quite handy for the Euros. I was here for the Euros. Managed to get a couple of games in and whatnot.
Nice.
So,
hold on, you're in Germany right now?
Yeah, I'm in Frankfurt now. Yeah.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
But I'm a bit worried about this because in Germany they're an hour ahead of us.
Yes, he'll know what the
so
quiz
he might know
questions
what
are.
the questions are.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's like a transporting time. Time portal.
Let's get on with this game then. This week's A to Z, on the A to Z, our featured letter was T for Tim Lovejoy. So all the questions will be about the letter T. There are 11 questions. That is unfair. It is unfair. But this week, Chris will get 6 questions as Newcastle are in the final of the League Cup. They'll probably lose as they're playing Liverpool and they never win cup finals. But they're in the final and West Ham are not. Can I please remind you, everything about this quiz is unfair. You'll get one joker you can use to answer a question, but you can use the joker only once. This week you have Robbie and you have Joe here. Finally, at the end of the quiz, there will be a penalty shootout. which I will explain at the end. You're both playing for a bucket hat. Do you want to model the bucket hat this week, Robbie?
I'd love to. Tim.
There you go. These are good. People love them. Once you've got your bucket hat, take a picture of yourself and send it in for us, please. Helen is keeping the score. Her word is final. Are you ready to play, Andy and Chris?
Yep.
Good.
We've won we've won a trophy more recent than them. I should be going first. But there you go.
I've got to be honest. I wrote your name down first because I thought he was going to exactly say that. I wrote because I have to keep track of the 6 questions and the 5 questions, and I wrote your name first, thinking the same thing.
It's unfair, Andy.
It is unfair.
Yeah.
But
Football's unfair.
If you do look at the league table at the moment, it doesn't lie, does it? It doesn't lie. And also, if you look who's playing in the final of the League Cup, that doesn't lie either.
We haven't won a trophy for a lot of years, but we've probably won more trophies than West Ham, I'd say.
He just makes it up as he goes along anyway.
I would hazard a guess, yeah.
In total, you think you've won more trophies than West Ham? West Ham won Trevor Brooking. West Ham won the bloody World Cup.
Won the World Cup.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Twice, because the Argentinian manager was Lionel Scaloni, who was an ex-West Ham player. So, we've won the most recent one as well.
They won it twice. What I love about the quiz this week is you've got someone with a Cockney accent and someone with a Geordie accent. That's perfect, isn't it? 2 ends of the country. Right, Chris, T is for taking your shirt off, not Erica Rowe. What year did taking... That's an old reference, isn't it, Helen? You got that one?
That is an old... Yeah.
What did she take? Where did Erica Rowe take a shirt off?
Twickenham. HQ. Yeah.
In those days, you became famous, didn't you? Robbie's looking... Robbie has no idea.
You're mentioning her name,
yeah. What year did taking your shirt off and celebrating like a legend become against the rules? Was it A, 2004, B, 2006, C, 2008?
I'll go with 2004.
You're correct, Chris. The yellow card rule was introduced to keep the game moving and maintain professionalism. Removing a shirt can delay the game, provoke opposing players and fans, and take the branding off the player's shirt. Nonsense.
It's a joke book, then, like. It's actually a joke.
All the fans want it, don't they? They forget it's about us. We love it when the player rips their shirt off and goes running around.
It's the laws of the game. It's the laws of the game now. There's the
ref.
Oh yeah, we've got the ref here. We've got the ref here. Hey, do you put players if they do it in Sunday League?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're kidding me. You are kidding me.
The sad thing is they do it. They think they're at Wembley and they do it, and you go, well, okay, that's an easy yellow. Then really, you don't have to even think about that.
Oh yeah, that's
rubbish.
Brilliant. If I was a Sunday League player, I would be ripping my shirt off. I'm too old now. Andy, T is for TV deals. B Sky B paid £304 million for their first TV deal launching the Premier League. But how much was the ITV deal before that? Was it A, 6 million, B, 33 million, or C, 44 million? So the first B Sky B deal was 304 million. Prior to that, was it 6 million, 33 million, or 44 million?
I'll hazard a guess. I'll go 6 million.
6 million. It was actually 44 million. ITV held exclusive rights for live football matches after paying 44 million over a 4-year period. It's amazing, isn't it? In the billions now, isn't it? 9 billion or something.
Yeah, silly money.
Like that. Chris, T is for tattoo. Got any tats, Chris?
Yeah, I've got tattoos, yeah.
What have you got them on?
Newcastle crest on my chest.
Cool. Andy, got any tattoos?
No, not yet.
Joe, got any tattoos?
Not for me.
No, probably. No, I haven't either. Helen, you've got the Star Trek sign on you, haven't you?
I have 2. I have the Torquay United badge on my arse, which was a bet that I lost, and my dog's paw print on my wrist.
What bet did you lose?
Oh, I said if Torquay reached the playoffs, I'd get the crest tattooed on my arse, thinking it was the safest bet in the world. Got to the playoffs, but I said it at the start of the season. Nobody's going to remember that. Oh, hello, Helen. This is the Sun newspaper. Are you going to cash in that bet?
Did they pay for it?
No.
Okay. Chris, tattoo. Back to the question. Tears for tattoo. Which baller has an M16 assault rifle tattooed on his leg? Is it A, Jordan Henderson, B, Carl Walker, or C, Raheem Sterling?
Sterling.
Correct. It is Raheem Sterling. He said it has deep meaning and refers to his late father. Andy, T is for tangerines. Tangerines is the nickname of which club?
Blackpool.
It is Blackpool, or it is
Dundee
United. Yeah. Both are known as the Tangerines because they play in orange.
Yeah.
Albert Hargreaves, a Blackpool director, was impressed by the Dutch national team's colours during an international match, and then they adopted the colour. The club's first game in Tangerine was a 2-2 draw against Oldham Athletic on August the 25th, 1923.
Yeah.
Surely Blackpool have been around longer than Holland.
That's such a bizarre thing to say.
What? Chris will know. He travels around Europe. What do you mean Blackpool been around? What, the team or the countries?
Team.
All right.
No, the team. So, like, they must have played in Summit before.
Well, Blackpool did. They just changed it, didn't they?
Blackpool direct. I don't know. Let's
They used to play in?
Let's get. Oh, Robbie, you got your phone. Look up how long the Dutch national team are going. We'll go on with Chris though. Chris, T is for Tony Yeboah. Yeboah. It's got to be Tony Yeboah.
It's got to be Tony Yeboah.
Yeboah. It's got to be Tony Yeboah. T is for Tony Yeboah. Former prolific Leeds frontman. Was from which country? A, Ghana. B, Ivory Coast. C, Nigeria. Ghana is correct.
Ghana, yeah.
Yes.
He is unflappable.
Yeah, he's not used
his
his joke or anything yet. He's a record of more than a goal every other game for Leeds. In 47 appearances, he scored 24 goals. Andy. T is for Toughsheet. The Toughsheet Community Stadium is the home of which club?
I think I need a joker there, please.
Okay, yeah. Which one do you want? Do you want Robbie or do you want Joe?
I'll have Joe, please.
Joe.
Good choice.
That is a good choice. Joe, T is for Toughsheet. The Toughsheet Community Stadium, which is the worst name there's ever been for a stadium in the history of stadiums. Toughsheet Stadium is the home of which club?
Absolute red over the pocket, innit? Super Whites. Bolton Wanderers.
Bolton Wanderers, yeah.
I was pointing to Joe then because I hadn't heard the question rather than...
Right, okay. Yeah.
I found out the answer though from my research, if you want to know.
Yeah.
So Blackpool as a club are indeed older than Holland as a country, football-wise. 1887 for Blackpool and I think 1905 for the Dutch national team. But it was 1923 they started wearing tangerines, so they did wear another colour before that.
Which was?
I can find that out if you want.
Okay.
I'll do some more questions.
We'll do some more questions, come back to that. So, yeah, so Joe, you were right. Sorry to mock you.
Bolton Wanderers.
Oh, and Tim.
Yeah.
Tim, I quickly looked up that Chris is absolutely right. Newcastle have won more trophies than West Ham.
God, we're learning loads, aren't we? This is really good.
Educational.
What am I with now? T for I'm with you, Chris, aren't I?
That's right. Yeah.
T is for Teddy. Teddy Sheringham won the first ever Premier League Golden Boot, scoring goals for two clubs in 92-93. Name them.
Tottenham, Forest.
Very good.
I think so, yeah.
He got 1 goal for Forest and 21 goals for Spurs. Who won that season?
He scored against Liverpool, did he? He scored against Liverpool for Tottenham, for Liverpool, I think. For Forest, I think.
First game of the season, wasn't it?
I think so. It was on a Sunday.
Wasn't it the first televised? Wasn't that the first televised Premier League goal? Because a lot of people answer that falsely when they say who scored the first Premier League goal, and they say Teddy Sheringham, but it was the first one that was live on the box.
TV.
Yeah.
Man United won the league that season. Robbie, update?
Update. Before 1923...
Tangerine.
And the Tangerine, Blackpool played in a variety of different strips. They played in blue and white stripes and white shorts. They played in red shirts and white shorts. Red shirts with a white horizontal stripe and white shorts. And for a short period at the start of the First World War, a bizarre colour scheme of red, yellow and blue striped shirts and white shorts. And immediately before the change of tangerine, they played in white shirts and black shorts.
All over the place.
Couldn't make up their mind, but now they've found something they like now. That's good.
Andy, I think I'm with you now. T is for tactics. Who invented the Christmas tree formation? Was it A, Bobby Robson, B, Terry Venables, C, Howard Wilkinson?
Who invented it?
Yeah. Who invented the Christmas tree formation? A, Bobby Robson.
Howard Wilkinson.
No, it was Terry Venables.
Really?
Terry Venables. It was known as the 4-3-2-1. Venables and Christian Gross used this formation during their time in charge of Tottenham Hotspurs. Can I just ask you a question? You do Sunday League, don't you, Andy?
Yep.
Have you got players playing, the goalies playing out from the back and possession football going on in the Sunday League?
Yeah, they try although the pitches are not necessarily Wembley, but they do try.
Press.
Can I ask you a question as well? Because I heard this happen in the Sunday League game, that something happened and the person, and because people have got their mobile phones now, they're filming from the side, and one of the players went up to the ref and went, "Go to VAR. The guy's filming it on the sideline. Go to that." Have you experienced any of that yet? Players doing the square box thing?
Yeah, we do. I mean, a few of the teams record their games anyway, but and they put them on YouTube, etc. But there has been occasions where an offside or a dodgy goal, and they want you to go over and look at the mobile footage.
Brilliant.
Game's gone.
Absolutely, game's gone. That is fantastic. I love that. Chris, sorry. T is for tights. Which one of these is not, I repeat, which one of these is not a rule for wearing tights? Tights must match the main colour of the shorts. Players on the same team must wear the same colour tights. Shin pads need to go underneath the tights. If shorts have a different colour edging, the tights may be that colour. Tights may be worn by both male and female players. Which one is not a rule for wearing tights?
Law, not rules. There's laws in the game, not rules in the game, by the way.
Oh, you got red, yellow.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's a yellow.
A few choices there. I can't remember the choices now, to be honest. I'm going to go with the third one. It's the shin pads.
Correct. Yes, that is correct. Nothing to do with shin pads. Did you know that, Andy?
Yep.
Do you get players turning up in tights? In Sunday League, they can wear any colour they like, can they?
Yeah, they've got to match the kit and the sleeves and stuff and the shorts. But, they we have it every week, especially when it's the weather like it is, they wear different colours. And you have to make them pull it up. And I had a player the other week who I warned him before the game. I said about he had a different colour undergarment than his short shirt sleeve. Told him to pull it up. Yeah. We go to kick off the game, still not pulled it up. So I said, you need to pull it up. He refused to pull it up. So I said, well, go off and take it off, because he couldn't. It was so tight, he couldn't physically pull it up. He went off the pitch, never come on. His manager went, don't worry, because he didn't want to take off the undergarment. So he did take up the undergarment off, and therefore he didn't play.
He didn't go. He just went home and didn't play. Oh my God.
Well, he just stood on the sideline because he was cold. He just refused to take his undergarment off, and he didn't have a long sleeve shirt.
Game's gone.
Game's gone.
Nonsense.
Who's believed to be the first player to wear tights? I think if anyone's going to get this, is
John Barnes. John Barnes, isn't it?
John Barnes.
No, it's not John Barnes. It's somebody else from much earlier, actually, 1979. Do you know? Because it's the one. All right, okay. It's Leicester's Keith Weller wore tights during an FA Cup game in 1979. He's believed the first. John Barnes, as you know, a lot of people say it was him. He said, I came over to England from Jamaica. I didn't come over until I was 13, and no matter what I tried, I just couldn't get used to cold. I was permanently freezing through the winter. When I got the chance to wear tights, I took it. If I remember rightly, mine came from CNA.
Wow.
That's amazing. So they're women's tights, right? He was just going to put women's tights on.
Yeah.
Clearly, from CNA. Andy, T is for Tuesday. To be precise, Tuesday in Stoke. Who started / invented the phrase "a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke"? Was it A, Ron Atkinson, B, Gary Lineker, or C, Andy Gray?
Andy Gray.
Correct, it was. The phrase was popularised by Andy Gray in 2010. I thought it'd be a lot older than that, didn't you? It was 2010 when rumours were circulating that Lionel Messi and maybe Ronaldo would come to the Premier League. And since then, it's become something of a go-to jibe ever since. But they were discussing whether they could come over and do a job in the Premier League.
On
and
a
Andy
cold,
Gray
wet
said,
Tuesday in Stoke.
Yeah, could he do it in a cold Tuesday in Stoke? Chris, last question for you.
Yeah.
This is my favourite question because it's just nonsense. It's basically I'm giving you a 50-50 here. Chris, T is for trophies. We all know that the World Cup trophy is made of 18 karat gold. But what is the green stuff at the bottom of the World Cup trophy? Is it A, azurite, or B, malachite?
What a question.
That is a great question.
Brilliant question, yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say felt.
Yeah,
I was thinking of felt. Right. What was the first one? What was the first one you said?
Azurite?
I'll go with the second one.
You want to go with malachite?
Malachite sounds a lot better.
It's because it's a 50-50. You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, you've got it correct. Yeah, because malachite is a copper carbonated hydroxide mineral. It's opaque green banded mineral that crystallizes in the monoclinic crystal system. I don't know what any of that means, but what color do you think azurite is?
Blue, azure.
Blue.
Of course, yeah. A mineral
Azul in Spanish.
Yeah, it's a mineral most similar to malachite is azurite. Both are copper-based minerals, often found together, with malachite appearing green and azurite a deep blue colour. There you go. Now when people ask you about the World Cup, you can say, I know what it's about, malachite. I'm pronouncing malachite, but I don't know if it is. It's malachite. Chite?
Malachite?
Malachite? Ch. Not a ch. You don't think it's a ch?
Don't know.
Ch. Malachite. Helen.
The green bit.
The green bit. The green nonsense at the bottom. Helen, what are the scores?
Well, the scores are, so Chris had 6 questions, got all 6 right, and still has his joker.
What a legend.
And Andy got 3 questions right and has used his joker. So it's Chris with 6 and Andy with 3.
Wow.
Ooh, could all change, though.
It could all change because we're about to go to penalty shootout. It's quite a lot to make up, isn't it?
If he has a brain freeze, if Chris has a brain freeze over in Frankfurt, this could all change.
It could.
Yeah.
It's not fair. He knows all the answers already because he's got an hour ahead.
Yeah,
it's not.
That is true. He was an hour ahead. It's the penalty shootout time. I'm going to give you a topic. You're going to take it in turns to answer. It is unfair. So Chris looks odds-on favourite to win this, doesn't he, really, in fairness?
So if Chris wants to use his joker, what does he do? Does he say
Chris
the
just
person's
says
name?
his joker, says, I'll use my joker, and then either says Robbie or Joe when that time comes. Okay, we're going to start with you, Chris, even though you're winning. We're starting with you because it's unfair. T is for trophy. Name winners of the League Cup. Go.
Liverpool.
Correct.
Tottenham.
Correct.
Manchester United.
Correct.
Manchester City.
Yep.
Arsenal.
Yep.
Luton Town.
Yeah, brilliant.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Everton.
No! You can carry on, Chris.
Aston Villa.
Remember, you've got a joker as well.
I'll take a joker.
Who?
Robbie.
Robbie.
Sheffield Wednesday?
Yep, Sheffield Wednesday's good. You can carry on. No, you're taking
Swansea.
too long.
Swansea.
You're out. You're
Swansea,
out.
yeah. Swansea.
Swansea's good, but you're out. So, Helen, what are the
Bradford
scores?
5-0.
The final scores are Andy, our West Ham fan, who had 5 questions and got 3 right and then got 3 in the penalty shootout, has a total of 6. Chris, our Newcastle fan, got all of his 6 questions right and got 6 in the penalty shootout. Massive, 12 points.
Oh, it's a drubbing, isn't it?
It's an absolute
So
drubbing.
unfair. So unfair.
It was. You had less questions.
Less questions.
He's an hour ahead.
I had questions on all the rules of football, so that's a bit unfair on my standpoint, I think.
You did very well. Well done. Thank you both for joining us. Great stuff, guys.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Honour to finally
Well done,
talk to
boys.
you after all these years of following you. So thank you.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you so
All the best.
much.
Thank you. Thank
Cheers,
you.
lads.
Thank you.
And by the
Cheers,
way,
mate.
if you
Well done, Chris.
And by the way,
Cheers,
if you'd
mate.
like to take part in the competition, then contact us on our socials. We're always looking for competitors.
When the game gets it right, it's pure delight. This is what's right with football.
Lots of things right with football this week. Kerno says the BBC going down and interviewing locals before an FA Cup game, and they always find a bakery.
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah.
Magic of
Don't
the cup.
they?
Oh, of course. Well,
Magic of the cup.
sausage roll or something.
They did that with Plymouth and Liverpool. They were in a bakery and they had the finger buns, there's iced buns, and they'd done a Liverpool one and just with some stripy icing on it. Yeah, it was
Half
great.
finger bun.
Bakers must be glued to the cup
Nice
drawer, right, mustn't they, around the country, going, come on, this is our chance.
It's a chance of that.
And they always manage to interview somebody that you go, that person knows nothing about football. They've just said, oh yes, it's big for the town. It's brilliant. Martin Johansson says the football pyramid. I love it. Yeah, right. That's what's right with football. I mean, if you're right at the bloody bottom of it, it's not a lot of fun. But no, I still love it. Dan Hoyland says League One football is good, apart from the run Exeter are currently on. No VAR, good engagement with the players pre and post match, and ticket prices are reasonable. Well, they have. I know they're not non-league, but there's when there's internationals on, isn't there? There's a non-league day where you can go down. You go into. I mean, obviously this is my experience every week, but you go in. There's somebody with a dog on a lead. You know, there's a little bar in the corner of the stadium.
Theme park.
Yeah, you can pour a beer while you're watching the game. Sometimes there's no segregation, and it's just it's a good levelling experience. If you go Premier League every week, you pop down to a little bit. I mean, the football's rubbish, but the experience is fantastic. Fazman Slim says the feeling after winning a local derby even sweeter when away from home.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And Tom says tinfoil FA Cups.
Oh yeah, gotta love those.
Yeah.
A lot of football chat here. Let's do anything but football.
You've had your footy fix. Now it's time to switch. It's anything but football.
Here's one I think you're going to like. Joey says, what are your top 3 favourite takeaways? I actually don't have a lot of takeaways. Do you?
No.
Do you do takeaways?
Not loads,
three,
but
no.
I could still answer the question.
Go on, what are your top 3?
Fish and chips, pizza, kebab.
I hadn't thought of kebab.
No, neither did I. I was going to say Indian, yeah.
Because kebab, I think, would be my number 1.
Yeah.
Kebab's maybe
It's
number
the
one.
one that I think about a lot. And
I might have a kebab after this.
yeah,
you salivating.
there's a place across
I
the road.
know, I
that
saw
does
it
a
when I was
good
walking in and thought I might have that.
Very good. I've been in there a few times.
Joe, I went with you, I believe, once to a kebab house that I've never found again. And it was in Fulham somewhere. And you took me to a kebab house. And they did these massive, great big kebab wraps.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Do you? Because
I know
I've
what you
never
mean.
found it again.
Yeah,
and I've
yeah,
driven up and down. Because I think it's the North End Road.
It was on the North End Road.
Yeah. And what was it? What sort of make a kebab was it? Was it
chicken.
No. I mean, was it Turkish or was it Greek or was it? Because it was
Well, I know the
different.
name of
Wasn't
the place. Can I name the place?
it? Yeah, of course.
It was called Best Mangal on the North End Road. I'm salivating, just talking
Because
about
you
it.
took
There's a
me
Best
there.
Man Gal 2 somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah, I think they've shifted it down the road to Fulham Broadway now. But it used to be on North End Road. I think that one's shut.
You did take me
'cause I
there,
went
did
past
you?
it.
Because
Yeah,
I've got this memory of this the greatest kebab I've ever had. But I think we were drunk.
Yeah.
Where had we been?
Oh, I have no idea. But yeah, I'd go Indian.
Yeah,
I'd go
Indian's great, isn't it?
kebab, and then I'd go pizza.
But Chinese.
Guys, I've got some news for you. Best Mangao on North End Road is not shut. Still exists.
Really?
Best Mangao 1996 it's called.
Oh.
Is that it?
I think it still might be on North End Road going further down the road.
It's right at the junction of the A4.
Oh, it's right at the top.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Really? I think it was boarded up when I went past it a bit ago.
I'll tell you what, they're getting a lot of promo and PR. I'm quite interested in Helen's take on this because she's a vegetarian. So
yeah, I've never had a kebab.
You must have had a falafel.
Or a halloumi.
I think I've had falafel. I'm not very adventurous with food. There used to be the most. So my number one would be vegetable rogan from the Cobham Tandoori, but it closed out. They retired though. They did. It was. I never had a bad curry from there. Whatever you had was amazing, but it's gone now. Now my mushroom. This causes massive controversy because I like a pizza. And mine is mushroom and pineapple with extra mushroom and extra pineapple. And once at the Cobham Domino's, I opened the box and it was like I had 5 pineapples on. Every piece was dickered in pineapple. It was fantastic. I took a picture and I put it on my X account and went, this is, and I got loads of abuse for it. I don't really have a third.
Why did you put some chili in there as well, like some
because I don't want chili. I don't want chili. I don't want jalapenos in it.
It would have livened you up a bit.
That's highly controversial.
It livened me up a bit.
It would have livened the food up a bit. You know,
my food is no. Oh, I put fig balsamic vinegar on it and mayonnaise.
And mayonnaise.
Yeah, I love. Yeah. I have mayonnaise with everything. Yeah. I have mayonnaise with roast dinner, everything. Put mayonnaise on
with everything. Yeah.
Oh, savoury. Yeah, I reach for the mayonnaise for all my meals.
Very French of you. Yeah. They like a mayonnaise.
Well, I just get it from the supermarket. I don't go to France for it. And I don't make
do you refuse to buy squeegee bottles of mayonnaise because they're just pointless?
Why?
Because you can't. You leave about a third of it, and you can't get about a third of it out.
You take the lid off.
Yeah, they do. You can't get a knife in to get it out. You under the shoulder, under the lip.
Yeah.
Always buy glass bottles.
Yeah.
No, I have the squeezies. No, I get every bit out.
Do you ever get the
stick my tongue in it? Put my tongue in it.
Feeling with these podcasts that they just sort of they just run out of steam at the end.
Yeah, and start talking
It's just whoever's got the last comment about mayonnaise.
I just
bottles.
think if anyone's still listening at this stage, you're very broke because I'm bored and I'm actually sitting here with you lot. So God knows what the listeners are thinking. We've got to.
If you're listening, let us know. What do you do with your mayonnaise bottles?
Yeah. Actually, we should start a club for people who listen to the end of the Friday
club.
The end club, yeah.
Nothing to do club. Nothing on for your afternoon.
I've got nothing better to do with my life than listen to this lot batter on about mayonnaise or some other nonsense. That's the end of this week's show. We'll be back next Wednesday. We'll be back next Wednesday. And the letter is STU. That's tough, isn't it? We'll see you then. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch last week's great episode. Click here.